Hello, friends, and welcome. Can you see me? Let me know if you can see me, and I will get us going. I lost a little something up in Switcher, but I think we're good. Welcome. How are you guys today? I'm Lynn from L&J Goods. Thank you so much for joining us here. L&J Goods is a brick and mortar shop in Medina, New York. We carry all the products that I'm going to use today, or you can find them at lnjgoods.com. If you're with us right now, you're probably streaming live to Facebook and YouTube. In the description box on YouTube, you'll find a collection list of all of the products that I'm going to use today in that description box that's down below. And if you're on Facebook, you're going to find the collection in the description box up above. So welcome. It is so good to have you here. We are going to be doing an ornament today that is Pinterest inspired. And let me show you a picture of it. And I don't know who the maker is because, as you know, on Pinterest, sometimes things go from one person shares it to another, to another, to another, to another. So if anybody knows who this maker is, by all means, drop a link on Facebook so that we can be sure that we are giving them credit. And I'll try to do a little bit more research myself. But today we're going to use that famous two-part bauble ornament, and it looks like this. It comes in two parts. We're using the two parts put together today. So let's talk first about how I am going to find my computer and make sure that I can see what I'm doing. We'll go through what I did to prepare this ornament ahead of time. So I don't know if Megan's watching today. I can't see the comments unless, let me see if I can see them up here. Connecting to multi-stream destination. There they are. Hello, hello. So I am live. Great. It is so nice to have you here. Hi, Mary Casey. Hello, Linda. And we've got people on Facebook and on YouTube. Let me grab my computer real quick. We have been so busy just fluffing up the shop so I can give you guys a little bit of a tour in the days ahead. I hope that we can do that together. Let me find me on YouTube. And Megan and August got this all set up for me, which is great. I guess I was just left to figure out how to put it here. So I think we got it. So let me find us also over on, let me find my channel. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Laura Hall. Hello, Mary Jo. Hello, friends. It is good to see you. Here we are. I am on YouTube. Hello, L&J Goods. And let me find you on Facebook. It always helps me when I can actually see what I'm doing, and so that I can adjust the camera. Not that I always do, of course. So we're so happy to have you here. L&J Goods, there we are. And let's see if I'm live. There we are. Hello, everybody. We've got a few people over there. There's Laura, there's Mary. Oh, looks like we got a lot of people checking in already. So let me put my computer aside, out of the way, and take a look here. I'm going to enlarge in that, make it full size so I can see. I need to get my glasses. I need to get my eyes examined. But hey, while we're here, I do want to say a big thank you from Meryl. Meryl, I'm not sure if you're watching. I can't tell yet, but Meryl sent me a lovely little package here, and she said some very sweet things, and I appreciate that, Meryl. And then she sent along a couple of cards that she created using some of the Tim Holtz supplies and some ephemera that she had gotten from us as well. Look at that, so precious. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if I can send these to anybody. Hi, Connie. Hello, Deborah. So I just may have to keep maybe I'll write a note to myself. How about that? One of those days when you just need to write an encouraging note to yourself and as a reminder, right? But thank you so much, Meryl. We really appreciate that. I am going to flip the camera down. Let's see if I can get us in an A and a B. There we go. Hey, now I'm getting kind of used to it. So let's talk about what I have already done to prepare this project. I'm going to try to keep this down nice and low without getting my head in the middle of it and show you what I have done. The first thing that I did is I used the Pentart Bonding Primer. You all know that this is my favorite Pentart product, and I used a little sponge applicator to apply a coat of this over the entire ornament. Then what I did, well, we'll get to this part in a minute. We'll get to this part. Now, I'm gonna kind of put this here so you can see it. Hello in Texas, Cheryl. Anybody buffering, or it might be, you just might need to go back out and come back in. So if you notice here, this is actually from one of our old IOD molds, the beloved, whatever it's called. Somebody remind me of what this was called. Winter something. I can't remember, and my letters have worn off. Does anybody know the title of this? I know they're really hard to find. So, but we're going to use this little tree. I already cast them, and I'm using a couple of holly leaves from this IOD retired mold called Holly Lane. But you can use also, let me show you, in the snow globes mold, look at these little trees. I think they would be perfect for an application like this that I am doing. But I know some of you always talk about, well, show us something that you can make with, or that we can make with products that we already have. So I think this kind of will fit the bill, right? And let's check over. I'm going to check over here. We got lots of folks over on YouTube. You guys, thank you. So here is what I'm going to do. First of all, we have got to create this little circle in here. And I'm looking to make like a 3-inch circle. So I just grabbed some different things to see if I had anything that I could trace. This is 3.5, that won't work. I tried a wine glass and it was 3.25. And then I found this mug, one of our favorite mugs that we got at a little diner in Clayton, New York. We did not steal it, we actually bought it. and this one, if I look from edge to edge, it is exactly 3 inches. So what I want to do is place this here because we are going to be painting the rest of this and applying the little decoupage inside. So there's my 3-inch. I'm sure there's some kind of a tool that, like a circle tool that's flexible. I bet you JR's got them in all of his old landscaping supplies. So let me grab a pencil and I'm going to trace that out and watch this thing slip and slide everywhere. Okay, and let's do this, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it, which, you know, I always get myself in trouble when I do that. Alrighty, and let me just pencil line trace right around, because I am going to apply, I'm a 1 inch, hey, I got it. I'm going to apply my decoupage paper in here, and then we're going to paint the rest of this like I painted on the back side. And I did a special little technique there. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Creations by Linda. Oh, coming on late, but glad to join and see another beautiful ornament. It has been an ornament extravaganza, hasn't it? And somebody talked about, oh, Kathy or Betty, Crafty Lee, the glob mold. Could you be more specific? Let's talk about the glob mold, right? All right. So what I am going to use here to give the effect of that Pinterest look is this little village. This is, I think this is called Winter Villages. We have it linked in the supply list. I don't have a lot of these left, but I did give another option, which is that landscape picture that you could use, and you could cut several different sections from that. And might I also suggest, this is a Decoupage Queen, Teresa Renee's winter, or though this is Christmas mice. These would work, these little village, winter villages and Santas in a wreath too. You would just lose some of that wreath, or you could just do this white on this side and just applique that, or decoupage that on there. So you have a lot of different ways that you could adjust this. All right, so I am going to select, I think I'm going to use this little scene right here. So let me take my little cup, and which one should I use? I kind of like that. I do like that. I like that one. So let's trace that out. And no, I won't get, I'll get, some of it won't be on there, but that's okay. And let me do a little water cut. Guess what? Hey, Jonathan, Og, they might have gone back next door. I forgot my water. Of course I did. And I'm here all alone. Where's my Mister? That I can always use in a pinch. Okay. Let me pour just a bit of water here, and I might have to, maybe if Megan's on, she will go, she will tell one of the boys to bring me, oh, I hear my husband. Let's water cut this, and I'm kind of going outside. Honey, JR? I thought I heard him. JR? Oh, sorry. Could you please get me, I filled that little water bucket back by the sink, and I need that. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The mice are adorable. They're so cute. And I think we got two different papers. One is AB Studios and one is from Teresa Renee Art and, for Decoupage Queen. And we have two different mouse ornaments. But these are darling. And again, if you don't want to use the bauble, you could certainly just put them like in one of the ornament rounds or just on a plain ornament. You can make several out of one. Thank you so much. Now, I would ask if you would do me one more thing because I'm very thirsty. That and,
You need a cheeseburger too?
No, I already ate my lunch. Well, wherever I put the top, it's here somewhere.
Well, you don't need a top immediately.
Yeah, okay. All right, so this is going to go here, and then we're going to go ahead and paint that in. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to just trim that. That might be a better idea. That would be a better, very weird. It's perfectly fine on my phone, on both Facebook and YouTube, but not on my iPad. Mary Jo, isn't that just the way it goes? Oh, we can get so frustrated. You never know how the interwebs are going to interact, right? Okay. So, yeah, I should have done this to begin with, probably. And there we go. Now I'm going to use my favorite decoupage medium. I don't need that much, so I'm literally going to just put some down in the cap, if I can get it down there. And I'll work right out of that cap. Yes, I will. Let me grab a brush. Ba-ba-da-bum-bum, ba-ba-bum. Here we go. I got myself a bunch of workshop brushes and just all kinds of brushes because I'm going through them like crazy. So I'll just decoupage around on the inside of my circle. And then I'm going to put this guy on here. Already it is so cute. The rice papers are great when you have a surface like this that has a little dome, because you can kind of get them to conform a little bit if it's not a really strong concave or convex, or deep, I should say. So just simply brush over that, and let's let that dry. There we go. I took the top off the water bottle. My ladies here would probably know exactly where I put it. Oh, there it is. Got it. So thirsty. It's really, the humidity is dry. Even in the cottage, it's really dry right now. And we don't have our humidifier running. Hello, hello, hello. Who is that? Shannon Booth. Hello, nice to see you. Hello, Stephanie. Hi, Carol. Okay, so we've got that ready to go, and we'll just let that dry. See, I can kind of press that down just a little bit, even to remove that little bit of a wrinkle. You just don't want to overwork a rice paper. And then I'll put this aside for another project. Okie dokie. Now let's get this thing painted. Here I have, put these aside. This is the color Highlander. We used this at camp. I love this red for Christmas because it's not like that bright red. Hi, Shannon. Yeah, some people were having some issues with buffering and that kind of thing. Hi, Vicki. And so what I have out here is Fusion Fresco. This is a texturizing medium. And I'm going to mix up a little bit of paint with the Fusion Fresco. Let's pour some out, because I'm probably going to need 2 coats. And then I will mix this right in this paint, but I don't want to over mix it. I still want this to have a good amount of texture. Lovely. And then we're going to stipple this on. But I still have a little reserve amount here in case I need to mix up some more for a second coat, which I probably will have to. So let me get a scruffy old brush. And let's get to stippling. Okay, there's my, I think I'll just use this little guy right here. And I am going to stipple right around. When you're painting with a red over white, you are gonna need a few coats. What I could have done, but I didn't want to because I wanted you guys to see my steps that I had already done. What I could have done is I could have base coated this with red just to, maybe I wouldn't have had to do 2 coats of this, but it dries quickly. We're going to be really careful with the heat gun, all right? And we just want that texture because later we're going to be using some wax, which I did forget to tell Megan about the wax, but it's literally just a little leftover wax that's already in my brush. Has she popped on? Do you have a wait list for the in-person stamps that sell out? In-person camps. Hi. Love to Craft. We do not, but we do have 2 other camps right now that we have posted. Usually that winter one, the Christmas camp in November, when that sells out, we usually don't have anybody backing out of that one. But what you can do, and if we ever did, we would certainly make an announcement about that. But we are having a Christmas in July camp. It's going to be so fun, and it's going to be completely different things, completely different projects than our regular Christmas camp. It's all going to be Christmas, and then we have a spring camp also, and you guys have been, or some of you have been registering for that. And spring camp, I'm super excited because I'm really hoping, in fact, I think for sure we'll be using new IOD products. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing that. I can't say exactly, but I think we are. If I can judge by when our other releases came out, we should have them. And it's always fun to work with new things, isn't it? But that little stipple effect really is pretty. And it'll really show up once we add a little bit of aging to that. Okay, almost there. How's that, you guys? So pretty. We'll let that dry for a minute on its own, and then I'll come back to it. I don't even know if I would need a second coat here, because we'll be using some wax. We'll see. We'll let it dry a bit and then see. Okay. Now, any questions? Let me check those comments. Hi from Connecticut. So good to see you. Good morning, crafty friends. Hope everyone's having a good day. Yes, we are. Hi, honey. No, those actually, if you want to put the batteries in them, they're going to go right in that beautiful brass chandelier. Yeah, I'm putting candles in that. If you were here for camp, you saw that beautiful brass piece, that swaggy brass piece, brass and metal. Oh my gosh. So I just got some candles, LED candles to put in there. Good morning, Royce. How are you today? Happy Monday to you. How do I put a hole to add a ribbon in the frame mold? Oh, so Brenda, all we do is I just use a drill with a very tiny bit and drill right through the resin. That's all I do. Okay. $2 from, blah, blah, blah. Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate that. Thank you for that lovely gift. All right. Oh, random question. What type of sealant can you put on a tray to make it food safe? Oh, that is a great question that we can talk about while we're waiting for this to dry. Okay, any sealer that you put, let me get right up here, just me, and see if I can, maybe I can't. I don't know, I did something, so I'll just talk to you this way. When you put a sealer on anything, a polyacrylic sealer, even an oil-based sealer, a solvent sealer, if you use a pouring resin, if you use a regular 2-part epoxy resin, that thicker stuff like on tabletops that they use, once it cures completely, and they say after 30 days, it has already done all the off-gassing, and it becomes food safe. So if you think about this, think about epoxy tabletops. Think about melamine dishes or plastic serving trays that you get at the dollar store. All of those are plastics, and they use probably the same type of poly resin or some kind of resin in them. And you can use those. They're food safe because they do off gas and they cure after a period of time, usually 3 to 4 weeks, and then you can be assured that they are food safe. And I got that straight from one of the manufacturers. So I don't think you have to worry about it. Now, another thing is if you're sealing like a beautiful decoupage tray, and you just really want to make sure you preserve that, what you can do is just put a clear liner over that to put your food on, and then it still looks pretty, and you know that the food isn't going to stain anything or create a problem. I hope that answers your question. Okay, good afternoon. Hello, hello. Oh, Royce, let's see. Oh, she said, Royce Hunt Bell, it was so much fun. Maybe, I don't know if you're talking about camp or maybe something else. Who knows? Okay, let's take a look at these little guys. So I used the resin from, I used the black resin. These I did out of clay. I did these out of air dry clay because I wanted them to kind of shape a little bit more, and I'm going to be overlapping them just a little bit. And so I allowed them to dry on this, on my ornament, and then I just painted them with coal black or casement, I guess. Okay, so you know with resin, it is flexible after you pour it if you apply a little bit of heat. But I think what we're gonna do right now is I need to dry this a bit. And Lord help me, let me turn this temperature down. We don't need it on 650, right? As Megan, I've been warned so many times. Let's turn that down and get our paint dry so that I can apply another coat. And I also want to, it's already starting to dry. Fusion has a built-in top coat and it does dry pretty quickly. I noticed that a lot of creators saying that what the Pentart Fine Line Crackle is solvent based when it's water. Why? Oh, okay. Another very good question. Let me clarify that. The two products that you have for Fine Line Crackle, you have the primer and you have the Fine Line Crackle. All right? So, they're both water-based products, which means you can clean your brush when you're done using the primer. You can clean your brush with water and soap after you use the second step. All right, so they're water-based products, meaning the product is water soluble. When those two products are combined, when you have the primer and it dries and then we put the Fine Line Crackle over it, a chemical reaction takes place, and after you have applied the primer and the solvent, or I'm sorry, the primer and step 2 of the Fine Line Crackle, you just take away every single bit of wet product that you have. No baby wipes, no wet brushes, no water soluble finishes. Nothing can touch that after those two products are layered and combined. No water-based products. I have a really good video where I showed that. If you were to apply a water-based sealer to the Fine Line Crackle after it combines with the primer, then you're going to end up with a gummy mess, and it's terrible. So, and even if you were to not put a finish on it, like you've got your cracking has occurred and you decide, oh, I don't want to put a finish on this, I'm just going to let it go au naturel. No, if it is exposed to the elements and has any way of getting humidity on it or moisture of any kind, then you're going to have a crumbly mess. It's horrible. So just keep that in mind. It must be sealed completely with a solvent primer in order to make it so that it doesn't crumble and get yucky. Now, the other thing to note is if you're applying fine line crackle over decoupage, you want to be absolutely certain that that decoupage that you have applied with your decoupage medium is completely dry. Give it 2-3 days to dry completely, whether you're using a recycled paper or whether you're using a rice paper. You want to make sure your decoupage is completely dry before you apply the fine line crackle 2-step system. I hope that answered your question. I could literally, I'm get on a soapbox about this because I understand how there can be confusion, but if you think about it, of all the crackle products, one is different. We talked about this at camp. The one, fine line crackle, is different. That's the one that needs to be treated differently. All the other ones, you can put a water-based finish over them. Did that answer your question? I hope so. Sorry if I sounded a little lectury. All right, now I need to get a Mary Casey or a Terry Lightsey. Mary, you got this. You found out about these through Terry, right? Look what I did. See, I was on my soapbox and I wasn't paying attention. That's what happened. But I'll touch over that with a little bit of white paint, because I don't think it's going to be covered by my little bead trim mold. Was saying with the fine line crackle that you had to throw your brushes away. I'm like, wrong. Yeah, you don't have to throw them away. Absolutely not. And if you have a brush that you're using to apply the solvent finish on, we have a solvent cleaner that will clean that brush nicely for you. So you can use it again and again. Yeah, you don't have to throw your brushes away. You just want to put them aside so you don't run any risk of getting any moisture on your crackle after you have combined the two of them. Megan always says we can guarantee every year or every live we'll get a question about fine line crackle, or just about. Let's see. You'll get your ornaments out next year and they can be all gummy and yucky. That's right. That's right. You have to use a solvent varnish with it, but that's it. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Kelly. How are you today? So I hope that made sense. And again, I'm sorry if I sounded lectury, but it is one of those things that I feel like there could be a lot of confusion about it because, well, because even people who sell it maybe don't completely understand the product, or maybe somebody is using it that is not a Pentart retailer and they don't completely understand the product. So, but trust me, I've used it for years and I got lots of tutorials on YouTube to direct you and show you how to use it. So, yeah, always go with somebody that you know is very well versed in those products. That's who you want to find. And I don't know everything, but I do know what happens with fine line crackle and why you need to use a solvent finish with it, and why you don't need to throw away your brushes. Oh, Terry is the gadget guru. I know. I found her for the centering ruler. Thank you. I'm a little afraid to use it. Mary. I hope that I can use it and use it right. Mary brought me a centering ruler, so I didn't have to guess. And I think is it flexible? I put it, where did I put it? I put it with my rulers way over there. But is it flexible, Mary? Oh, the centering ruler. Oh, Mary, do tell. Alrighty, I haven't seen my daughter pop on. She called me this morning. She was just having a grand old time with our niece, Jamie. I'm not sure what they were going to do today, but they'll be up to something. I had an entire history lesson about something island. I can't even remember the name of it. I failed. I did not take notes. So I probably failed her history lesson course. All right, let's take a look at these and let's get these glued on here. All righty. Now, this little guy is going to go here. So I can either use that one, or do I have a bigger one? I thought I had a bigger one out. And we'll decide which one looks better. But of course, can I find it? Of course not. Of course not. So I guess we're going to go with the small one. I like that though. That's cute. Yeah, because then these are going to go along the bottom. Yeah, and then we'll fill in with some other stuff. So it's going to kind of sit. I think I need the bigger one. I think I do need that bigger one, but Lord, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Sorry, you guys. I'm looking, I'm literally like going through all my stuff here. Oh, it has been just a madhouse since camp, just trying to get everything in order, and oh Lord, where is that? I don't know. I don't know. We might have to wing it. We just might have to wing it with that one. I'm looking in my drawers. I'm checking my pile of stuff back here. I cleaned all this up, and now I don't know where I put it because I was playing with it this morning. All right. All right. I know I don't want to belabor this anymore. Oh my goodness. You guys are so patient with me. All right. Oh, I think I know where I put it. Right in my little, I think. Let's look in my little, nope, I guess I didn't. No, I didn't. All right. Sugar plums. All right. Well, you know what? I can do that, and then we'll fill in with some other things as well. All right. Actually, I think if I had the bigger one, it would hide too much of this. So we're going to kind of move this down. I am going to warm this up a touch with my heat gun. And I'm still looking. I'm just looking frantically. We're live here. Oh, hi, Cheryl Madden. Love the red. I know, isn't it pretty? This is Fusion's Highlander. It's just such a pretty, pretty red. I'm going to get my glue gun out and on. So I poured these a few weeks ago, and as long as I can heat them with some, I can get a little heat on them. They become flexible again. Just be careful you don't burn your fingers. I need to use my Tim Holtz little grabbers. Yeah, why am I not doing that? So Megan's gingerbread house came to the shop today so that we can put it in the window. It's going to be so cute. Okay, off you go. Off, off, off. Look at, see, it's nice and bendy. I want to keep it nice and bendy. But while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to kind of put that on there so it maintains the shape. Whoop. Right there. Let's talk about this beading that I use. This is actually from a fondant mold. It's very delicate and it's flexible just because it is so tiny and delicate. So why don't we paint this real quickly while we wait for the heat gun to warm up. I'm just going to use, let's see, this is raw silk by Fusion. It's a ruler. Oh, Mary's explaining that. Okay. Thank you, Mary. So we're going to paint this guy. And I'm just going to kind of dab this on. I'm not painting it completely. I'm letting some of that black show in the background and around the base. So it creates its own shadow effect. Okay, hi from Connecticut. I think I saw you. Good morning, crafty friends. Hope we're having a great day. We are. Michelle from Arizona is here over on YouTube. All right. What's going on with the Nutcracker, Amy? Well, my daughter is away right now. I think we are going to be doing a live with Shannon. I got to touch base with her to see when we're going to do our live. We worked on the boots, you saw that, and I think we got to work on the hat next. I think that's what we're doing. I sent it home with Megan to paint. I'm like, girl, I am not painting this entire thing. So she took it home. But my face is all ready to go. I read somewhere that someone used pouring resin inside the eyeballs because our Nutcracker has like the wood texture even on the eyeballs, which is, it's a little frustrating, but we will just deal with it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see how I left some of that black showing so that it creates its own shadow. And I think while I'm continuing to wait, I'm going to go ahead and start painting these little guys right here. That one is still there. I keep hoping magically I'll find the the other larger tree. But again, I think that'll be okay. I really do. I can touch just a touch of a little bit of paint right in there. Let's do that. I'll make that adjustment. If I put that like here, yeah, let me do that. I think that'll be okay. It's been so much fun doing these ornaments. I really, really enjoy it. It challenges me. It challenges me. All right, we'll let that dry. I'm gonna paint these off my piece and then glue them on later. This is Conservatory. This is Conservatory by Fusion. I'm gonna get another little, just a little rough old brush here. I'm gonna tap it off. And again, I want some of that black showing through. Now let's decide, does that tree look good with those kind of bluish trees? Is that going to be okay? Or should I switch to a different color green? Let me know. I don't mind it. I think it'll be okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with the holly berries, but let me know. Looking for it, not having any luck. Okay. I love the print you chose for the ornament. Thank you, Tina. Yeah, there's a lot of different options. I am wondering if I should go with that blue color. I think I should, don't you? Let me know, please, you guys, and I'll grab another one. Because, yeah, after seeing this now, it's like, oh, wow, it really does have a lot of pine trees in the back. I like the paint you chose for the ornament, okay, but let's see, should we do a blue? I'm going to go grab a, let's see if I have something that I can use in there. I don't want to use blue pine, although I could. Walking away, going over to my Fusion. Where are the greens? Chesler, too dark. Cambridge, too dark. Upper Canada, Wellington, too dark. This is too gray. What about Manor Green? Ah, ooh, I don't know. I don't like that either. I also have Bayberry. Golly, maybe if I mix. No, Wellington is not really, you guys, I'm just over here at my Fusion. Just display, no, we're good. Chesler, I'm gonna grab this. Chesler's blue. I don't want that blue. I'm looking for, Manor Green. Let's see. I don't want to belabor this much longer. What can I do? There's Wellington. That's very gray. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I just don't know. I'm really stumped. Let me grab an Everett. Maybe if I tone this down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to try this. See, it's got a little bit of gray in it. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's still... Nope, I don't like that either. I think I'd rather just stick with, well, it's not bad. It does tone it down a little bit. We're going to go with that. And I will take just a touch of my Highlander and paint these little berries. There we go. I can always add another little clump of berries if I wanted to. Yeah, that's good. I think that's good. That's a little bit better because we're gonna be spattering with some snow too. Driftwood. Ah, the color looks good. Okay, Vicki, good. Thank you. Sometimes I just stress about it, and I shouldn't. I should just chill, right? Okay, now let's get these glued on. I probably want to. I'm going to get some heavy body gel and put on a very light layer. Don't want there to be too much because it will take forever to dry. But I'm leaving a little space for some glue. See how I've got just a little space there for glue. That's just to hold it in place until the heavy body gel cures. Perfect. I think that'll do. That's good. All right, and then I'm going to get these guys on here. I'm just going to kind of layer those right there. Warm that up again. Okay, and this will go here. I think later I might add another little leaf to the end there. Could be good. Oops. Oh my gosh, so cute. But yeah, I think, or you know what, even a little bit of moss would be so cute on this too. Then I want to take this, and that is going to run. It breaks. These are so delicate. I am not going to use hot glue on this. And I'll probably regret it. More of a blue color. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I should have. Hi, Cheryl. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Thank you. All right, let's let that sit for a minute. I've just got to touch over that little boo-boo that I did right there. I'm just using a little bit of my paint. Just a little white paint, just to cover up that red spot that I did. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this. It's like a little scene. Isn't it so pretty? It really is so pretty. Okay, now let's shape this one. Let me see how much I'm going to need. I think right about there. Let's try that. I think that will go like that. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, I love this. Love it. I'm really working with teeny tiny pieces. This is like Nina DeLeo size project supplies here. I want to make sure that I've got a nice circular shape, and I think that that will do. It's going to take a minute to get it shaped, and let me just hold that. And how does that look? I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks good. Does it? What do you think? It's already on there. Does that look like a good circle shape? I think it does, right? Maybe it needs to go up a little. I'm trying to look in my, down on it, and look up in my screen to see how it looks. I think that's good. I think it's good. Yeah, I think we could also, you could add a little tiny bit of moss or a teeny tiny little bit of greenery. Let's see, from my houses yesterday that we did. Wasn't that fun, you guys? Those little houses were so adorable. But I almost feel like these are it's too stiff. What do you think? Should it be a little bit of moss? Let's see. And sometimes you just gotta live with it for a minute. I do like that on there. I like a little bit of moss. I think it gives it a little bit of a natural look. So we're gonna go for it. How about that? But yeah, let's do that. Just a little bit. Doesn't need a lot. What do you think? What do we think? Do we like that? I like that. Do you have a teeny snowflake? I think I do. I might, but I don't want to put a snowflake there. I don't think I want to do that. I mean, look at this little bit of moss right here. There's that little sprig of moss. I might give that a haircut. I like that. I do like it. Now, we're going to spatter this. I'm going to spatter it with some white. Well, actually, no. I think maybe I'm going to, I just have a tiny little bit of wax on here. Just a little bit of dark wax. I just want to kind of go around, just around my, where there would be shading. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go just a touch on the inside. I'm ever so slightly touching this. And I've got to wipe away the excess. All right. Okay, now let me get my white, my whitest white, which will be, oh, it could be Snowdrop, it could be Picket Fence. I happen to have Snowdrop right here. And I'll pour a little of that out. Just a little. I need a wax, or no, where the heck? Well, I'll just use my Tim Holtz one and be ready to have dots blowing everywhere. Okay, ready? I'll do the back later after the front dries. There's nothing better than snow. Little snow spatters, I think, make all the difference in the world. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do love the red too. It's not like a bright Christmas red. It's kind of more of an antique-y Christmas red. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not getting this stuff everywhere. But I should stop. I should stop while I'm ahead, right? Oh, I didn't see the berries. Oh, yeah, they're there. They are there. But this is kind of heavily snow flocked here. Okay, and then as a last bit, let me dry that real quick. As you know now, I got to do a little bit of dry brushing. Hi, Tracy, we miss you too. Laura, I think the snow spatters are always the perfect finishing touch. Now, if you guys really wanted to take this up a notch, you could put a glossy finish here or paint on some pouring glaze, right? And really make that shine. But I'm kind of liking the very subdued effect. Oh, thank you, Kathy. That's very nice of you. But you could definitely shine this up but it's reminding me of like an old country Christmas. All right, let's get one more brush. That's with these little projects, man, I go through so many brushes. And we're gonna dry brush just a touch on those trees. Oh, and a little bit on our holly. I'm not going to do the berries because they've already got dots on them. Isn't that amazing? That always just blows my mind when you get that highlight on there and how that changes it. But there it is, you guys. And then of course, I would just choose, oh my goodness, you could do, I think, honestly, this came off of a gift box, but look how pretty that would be on there. Just a little plaid red ribbon. Thank you, Kelly. Let's see how it would look. Or you could use an aged dye ribbon, whatever you want. Whoop. So thank you, Pinterest artist, whoever you are, for this lovely project and giving me the inspiration. What do you think? Is that too red? Is that too red on there? It might be. It might be, but I'll look around for a ribbon that I can use. I'm sure I have something back there. Without it being too like ribbony. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean by that? Like too ribbony, too fancy schmancy ribbony. But you get the idea. It's not the right color, but I think, oh my gosh, I love this. I love it so much. I'll save this for another red ornament project that I've got in the wings, and we'll use that on something else. So thank you, you guys. I want to see if I can get us back to just that. I probably can't. Let's see, plus. I don't want multi-view. Well, that might be it. I might not be able to do anything more. A little burlap ribbon could be super cute. I think I might have a like a narrow burlap that's got a little gold edge on it. That could be really, really cute too. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging with us. Today is Monday. We'll see you again on Wednesday. I think we're going to do another ornament, or are we? I guess you'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much and have a wonderful